Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of On a Heater podcast featuring myself, Dashing, as well as my good friend Kiwi. We are back at it again, keeping this schedule up and running like normal. It's actually kind of shocking that we've been this consistent.
I was going to say, I think this has been the most consistent we've been since we started.
No kidding.
We've been doing pretty good.
I'm not complaining, but
what is this, like 6 weeks in a row now? We've been on time?
I think so,
Something
yeah.
like that?
Since the new year, literally.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, not going to be consistent for long because I'm going on vacation soon, but
Yep.
As usual, two idiots blundering on about sports. Kiwi, how's it going? What's up?
It's going great. Take that how you will.
All right. Good talk.
Face value or sarcastically. Yeah. I mean, enjoying sports. Basketball, not so much. My team sucks. Hockey, I went to the Red Wings game the other night against the Ducks, watched Patrick Kane score an overtimer, so that was off the bucket list there.
OT winner, yeah,
no kidding. Baseball's getting fired up. I'm getting ready for baseball.
I'm kind of psyched. I'm psyched about baseball.
Did you actually, real quick before we go into this, because I know we brought it up the other day, the electronic strike zone? Did you see the video of they threw it and the ump called it a ball, but they challenged the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
And so they pulled it up and they watched it and it was a ball. And the ump goes, unsurprisingly, the call stands.
Listen,
like, bro, this ump just roasted him.
Listen, I'm all for the electric strike zone, and I'm all for calling out these freaking umps because they are so full of themselves. And they need to be called out like this. They need to be.
This is a mini hot take right here. You guys are getting this right off the rip.
Off the rip, yeah.
I think that the electronic strike zone isn't going to matter that much.
Interesting.
Because I think that the existence of it keeps the umps accountable.
I think, well, that's why I want it. That's why I like it.
I don't think the actual features of it are going to matter, though.
Well,
I think just its existence is what matters.
What we are going to see is an umpire resurgence on fair games, good calls. That's what we're going to see, because they are going to fight this so hard and be like, see, we don't need this. We're so good at our jobs. And it's like, you're so good at your jobs because we were about to replace you.
The chain gang just got put on notice too.
They did. They're going to be using the electronic ball markers now.
They're still there, but the electronic ball maker isn't going to lie.
Which I'm also a fan of. I like that. I mean, I'm going to miss the days when they used the index card. You remember that?
Oh my
gosh.
To
measure the first down inches. I'm going to miss those days, but man, am I so freaking glad we're actually getting into the current century that we're in sports.
Yeah, This is great. Now we just need to figure out the NBA refs and we'll be set.
No kidding. But anyway, speaking of umpires, speaking of baseball, the Yankees coming into spring training have made a big surprise. They are perennially against, any sort of facial hair, which you and I we sport pretty regularly.
We wouldn't be able to play for the Yankees, and I wouldn't want to anyways.
Neither would I. But they're dropping the beard ban. They took one look at a few of their players without facial hair, and they went, you know what? Maybe some of these guys need a beard, like Alex Verdugo.
Yeah, some of these guys. Yeah. I saw a quote, and now I'm completely blanking on it, but it was something about, it was one of the players told the original guy that came up with this rule, he's like, well, don't you think that Jesus Christ had a beard or something? And the guy basically was like, yeah, but Jesus Christ doesn't play center field for us. I
also saw, I think I saw a follow-up to that where he was like, he he turned around and he looked at the pond behind the front office and went,
Oh,
"If
that's
you
the
can
one. That's
walk across the water, you can have a
that's what it
beard."
was. That's what it was. That's what it was. Yeah. If you can walk on the water out there, then you can have a beard. Yeah. That's exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, classic.
I love it. A few injuries for season start. Detroit, they're going to be without Badu. He's going to miss the start of the season as well. Los Angeles Angels are going to be missing Zach Neto as he's recovering from shoulder surgery, and up 3 batters in our fucking dreams, Shohei Ohtani to make his spring training debut against the Angels, his former team, Friday night at 8:05 p.m. Mark it on your calendars because here we freaking go. The designated hitter extraordinaire, pitcher, whatever he's going to be this year, he's back.
Is this do we know yet if this is just DHing or is it
He's just
is he
DHing. He's
Okay.
just DHing for this game.
I don't think he's supposed to pitch until a little later in the season.
No, I don't think we're actually going to probably see him pitch until like probably June, if I'm being honest.
I was gonna say May, June, somewhere in there. But that's about it for baseball. So moving into football, we saw a couple of hirings here. The Saints hired Staley as their DC, and the Jags hired the Rams director of scouting, Gladstone, as their GM.
Cool.
A lot of hubbub coming up here to free agency in the draft. Myles Garrett is confirmed that he is not going to be signing an extension with the Browns. So he wants to be traded, and that's that. And I don't blame him.
I don't either.
The Bears have cut Everett and Walker, making some cap. I think we have 80 million now available.
They're making room.
Richest right now.
They're making room.
Richest.
Probably for Myles Garrett.
Oh yeah, well, it's not going to be for Trey Smith anymore because Kansas City has every intention to franchise tag him. Yeah. And then also sticking with Kansas City, Travis Kelce has announced that he will be playing in 2025.
Yep.
So definitely beating out that March 14th deadline they gave him.
Did you see that it came out, there was a story, they were like, "Oh, Travis Kelce had the flu before the Super Bowl and that's why he played so bad," and blah 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 blah.
Did you know that he listens to Taylor Swift music after a loss to calm him down?
That's all right. Sure.
That came out today. I saw that. That was pretty funny.
Sure.
Don't you think it's kind of a little weird that they gave him to the 14th, but they had to have like their franchise tag decisions by the 4th?
Well, he's not a franchise tag player.
Yeah, but they have no cap room.
That's true. Yeah, well, I mean, I know his contract extension goes into effect on the 14th, so that's why I think that's where they were aiming for that.
Yeah.
But that's interesting.
So they're tagging Trey Smith for $23 million. How are they going to get the money for that? Who are they getting rid of?
How are they going to get the money for Smith and Kelce and all of their other players that they need on that team? I mean, that's true. I guess with the salary cap going up, that's going to be a little bit helpful. But
yeah, and speaking of the salary cap, yeah. I mean, really, honestly, we do have the confirmed number for this year. It will be $279.2 million per team.
A record, baby, record.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of freaking room. So,
we're gonna see an insane contract go out this season.
Oh my God! Please, Bears trade for Myles Garrett. And please sign Khalil Mack. Speaking of other crazy amounts of money, Netflix is looking to buy a Sunday afternoon slot from either CBS or Fox.
Probably get it from Fox, honestly. Take it from Fox. I don't care.
Who has more slots? Probably Fox?
I think so. I've seen more 4 o'clock Fox games than I do CBS.
Well, yeah, because CBS doesn't have a Yes, yeah. CBS only has what, one 4 o'clock slot, and Fox has two, I think,
I
something
think
like
so.
that usually.
Yeah.
So good for Netflix. I'm not a fan personally of Netflix having live sporting events, but that's just me.
Amazon, please. Amazon,
Amazon,
please.
Amazon is the
Amazon,
play.
please.
Amazon has proven they can do it.
Yeah.
And then the final little bit of football news here, which I don't know if you're excited about this, but Mr. Rob Gronkowski is considering a return, with Denver being the favorite.
He's too far removed. He's too far. I if anything, this is a vanity project. This is for him. This isn't anything.
I mean, has anything not been a vanity project for Gronk?
I mean, I guess like you're right, but like what
Man loves himself.
why go back to the game? Like you've retired twice now. You've come back twice now. Like or once anyway, and retired twice. You got a Super Bowl ring on your comeback. What are you trying to get another one with the Broncos? Like what are we doing?
Well, he has 6 as well, right? So yeah, because he has the same amount as Brady should. Or does he have one less?
No, I don't think so. Super Bowl.
Did they win one before they drafted him?
They won like 4 before they drafted him.
No way.
He's only a 4-time.
No way.
2015, 2019, 2017, 2021. Yeah.
They won 2 before they... That's crazy.
What do you mean?
Anyways.
They won in 01, 03, and 04.
Tom Brady has 7?
Yeah, doesn't he? I'm pretty sure he has 7.
I thought he had 6.
Tom Brady.
Am I crazy?
Super Bowl wins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They won 3. Wow, they won 3 times before Gronk. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this quite yet. I feel like he's done and he just needs to be done. He's doing good with media side of it, so I think he should just stay with that. To be honest, the broadcast side.
Yeah, Gronk's 4-time, Brady's 7. I agree.
Maybe once that lucky number 5.
Maybe. I mean, for me, he's already the greatest
with the Broncos. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, I mean, for me, he's already the greatest tight end of all time. Like, I don't think that, like, you know, on that list, it's for me, it's Gronk. Kelsey's number 2, and then number 3 is holy crap,
Komet, right? Are you talking about Dallas here?
No, freaking trying to think of his goddamn name. He played for the Chiefs as well. Not Antonio Gates, Tony Gonzalez. That's what I'm thinking of. Antonio Gates, I have at number 4.
Are we just forgetting what's his face from Dallas? God, apparently we are forgetting him. I can't even think of his name.
I mean, I can pull this top 25.
Freaking Romo's tight end.
Jimmy Graham?
Oh my god. No. Not Jimmy Graham. Good lord.
Greg Olson, David Casper, Jason Witten.
Jason Witten, thank you.
They have him on number 10 on this list.
That is a crime.
Yeah.
I don't know who else I would have on that list, though, honestly.
But that's my top 4 is Gronk, Kelsey, Gonzalez, Gates. That's my top 4.
I don't know if I agreed with Gonzalez, but I definitely agree with the other 3 being top 5.
Tony,
I would say Tony Gonzalez is a top 5.
Yeah.
Do I consider Greg Olson a top 5? He's pretty good.
He's got this.
Who is oh my god. Now my mind is completely blanking on what freaking team he played for. It was an AFC team. Who is Russ's tight end in Seattle?
Oh God.
That's not who I'm thinking of, but obviously because it's an NFC team. But
I don't even know.
oh, George Kittle. Hello. Why is he not on that list?
I mean, well, George Kittle I have in my top 10. Not in my top 5.
I'd have George Kittle in my top 5. I'd maybe have George Kittle in my top 3.
Of all time?
Dude, he's not even done, and he's one of the best.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, okay.
I mean, if he continues,
If he, yeah, okay.
even the same or slightly less of the same pace, top 3 tight end of all time, easily.
I could agree with that. I could agree with that.
All right. Anyways, enough about tight ends.
And enough about football. Getting into hockey. Four Nations championship game.
Face off.
Four Nations face off. Face off.
They faced off.
They faced off all right because they were the most watched NHL event in over 30 years. Set the highest single game betting mark as well. Insane on all fronts. The NHL killed it with Four Nations face off.
Bravo, NHL.
Holy shit. Like
you just put the NBA to bed.
For the year, yeah. They really showed up
Possibly
this season.
For next year too. Because the Olympics.
I think Four Nations face off really opened the door for a lot of people.
I can't even tell you like how much my Twitter timeline was just absolutely busting with
it. Yeah.
With NHL talk for weeks.
It was crazy.
Yeah, crazy, absolutely insane. Set the highest single game betting mark. You said that, but I put a bet on it.
I did too.
I'm glad I did.
Yep.
I won some money.
I didn't win any money.
Who would have thought that my bet would have hit though? Anyways,
it was a good bet. It was a good bet,
dude. Honestly, like I was a little worried, and then when Nathan McKinnon just scored that opening goal right off the rip, I'm like, I got this.
Yeah,
I got this.
And then you started to sweat halfway through the second.
Right. Yeah, when they were scoring goals a little too fast for me.
Yep.
In incoming news here, LA is to host the draft June 27th through 28th. We didn't put this on here, but LA just had their fire relief charity game.
Yep.
With all the celebrities. That was pretty cool too. So they're definitely gaining a lot of momentum, and we're zooming right into the stadium series here too. So
it was fun to watch. Yeah. And the stadium series, I'm actually kind of excited.
I'm excited.
Excited.
The couple injuries here. The Rangers Fox on the IR with an upper body injury explains why he played so poorly at Four Nations. And Detroit Cop out for the season. This is tough.
That's a tough loss.
This is tough for them. And then finally for the Penguins, Michael Bunting is out indefinitely after appendectomy.
That's also tough.
That's also tough for a Pittsburgh team that was just trying to hang in there.
Mm-hmm. But a big congratulations for our boy Braden Shen. 1,000 games played in the NHL
tonight, Thursday.
Yeah. Oh my God.
The big 1K. So kind of cool because him and Luke both hit their 1K games this season, which is the first brother pair to do it. And they're the 8th brother pair to both have 1,000 games played.
Yep.
And then also cool because 2 Blues got their 1,000th game in the same season as well, since Cam Fowler got his at the Winter Classic. All kinds of milestones this year.
I like it. I'm here for it. I love Braden Shen. Like ever since he was drafted, he's been up there on my players to watch list. So good for him. Good for him.
He's definitely slowed in his later years, right? He's not quite the player he used to be, but he is a gamer. He is there. He will show up every night to play.
1,000 games will do that to you.
Yeah, well, true.
The Winnipeg Jets on a little bit of a heater here. Not the only team that we're going to talk about that's on a freaking heater today. They're on an 11-game win streak right now. Surging up the standings actually a little bit. staying right at the top, getting the lead on Dallas, sitting at 87 points right now. So
It's franchise record, by the way, here.
franchise record right here, but also making a case for maybe President's Trophy.
I think we maybe do see the Jets win it. They've been strong all year so far. I don't see them slowing down.
They're holding a 3-point lead over the Capitals for it. So,
and the Capitals were ahead of them at one point. So they've caught up to them and surpassed them during this win streak.
Yeah, the Maple Leafs and the Golden Knights are at 74 apiece, standing at top of the other two divisions.
So what you're saying is that my prediction is not out of the mix yet.
You are 13 points behind the mix, so good luck with that makeup.
That's all right. I'll trust the Leafs. I'll be a fool, but I'll trust the Leafs.
The Red Wings are the best team in the NHL since December 29th at 17-4-2. If I said that to you at the beginning of the season, that the Detroit Red Wings were going to be the best team in the NHL from December 29th to
2 months,
February 27th, would you believe me?
No. I would say that they'd definitely be a solid team for 2 months.
The best
team for 2 months? That's crazy. The Red Wings are playing out of their mind.
They're playing real well. They're surging up too on the standings right now. Sitting in 4th place in the Eastern at 66 points. But, I mean, they've made a sizable comeback from where they were sitting at the beginning of the year. So.
And then finally, Ovi is now 12 goals away from breaking.
Oh, yeah.
Trick the other night, had a goal last night or the night before. He is on fire.
He's almost there.
Fuego.
Almost there. And when we get to our DraftKings bets, not sponsored, sponsor us DraftKings, we'll talk about maybe where we think might end up. So keep an ear out for that. But moving on into basketball, big retirement. Diana Taurasi, probably, arguably, if not the greatest women's basketball player of all time for the WNBA. So far, is calling it quits. She's retiring. She's done. Hanging up the cleats, hanging up the strings, hanging up the shorts. Hanging up something. The cleats.
I'm dead.
On the court. Cleats on the court. Hanging them up. Diana Taurasi's done. Retiring. Hall of Fame guaranteed.
Absolutely. First ballot, no contest.
Next season, put her in.
Not eligible, but put her in.
Yeah, put her in.
Yeah. Congrats.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing else to say.
What do you say about it? Like, career. Great season. Like, great
amazing career.
Great career. Like, great player, great person, you know. Hats off. I'm not wearing one, but hats off.
Tip of the cap.
Metaphorical hats off. So, the Mystics, in keeping with the W, are trading Ariel Atkins to the Chicago Sky for the number 3 pick in the draft. So, not too bad of a move up for the Mystics.
They now own, I believe, it's the 3rd, 6th, and 8th pick.
I think so.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. What are they going to do with that?
I think they're looking at a big-time rebuild with the rookies.
Yeah, maybe.
Or they're putting a package together for the first overall pick.
Or just a big trade in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how this goes.
Yeah. And to
when's the draft? April? May? March?
I think it's March. I think it's March. Yeah. And to wrap up some of our W news, former NBA player Michael Carter-Williams, part of a buying group seeking WNBA team in Boston. So could see a little new team coming out into the big East Coast markets. That'll be nice. That'll be nice to get one.
All right, moving on to the men's side of things. Some unfortunate news here for a couple of things. Pop done for the season, coaching future uncertain. He met with the players the other day, let him know that he wasn't going to be back this season. I guess he's recovering all right, but it's slow. Strokes do that. It takes a while.
Yeah.
Coming out of New York with the Knicks, Huck Porty. I'm going to just assume that was right. Out several weeks with a torn meniscus. That's unfortunate for the Knicks. And then coming out of Philly, Paul George has paused extracurriculars to focus on basketball. Why would you not be focused on your career in the first place?
Because he was too busy podcasting.
Oh boy.
Welcome, Paul George. Welcome.
And another unlikely shout out here for a Detroit team that plays at Little Caesars Arena. The Pistons have won 8 in a row.
They're kind of cooking. They're cooking right now. They just beat the Celtics last night. They're cooking.
Did they juice up the water at Little Caesars?
What's going on with that team? What's going on?
Did they juice up the water?
They
the Red Wings and the Pistons.
They might have. They might have.
Juicing the water.
They might have.
And then crazy news here. Honestly, I think this is insane. But the Cavs have clinched the postseason.
Yeah.
As of the 23rd of February.
So
September.
I almost didn't believe you when you said this, and then I was like, what? And then I saw the report, and I was like, what? No way. So then I was looking at the record. They're sitting at 48-10 right now, right? If there's only like 23, I think, games left in the season, which means that if they lost every single game for the rest of the year, they would be 48-33. You know who that beats out?
The 13th place team.
The Bulls, sitting at number 10 at 23-36.
Oh, good grief.
And it also beats the Nets 21-37 at number 11. So that's out of the play-ins. The play-ins end at the Chicago Bulls. So it's like, and they would be one behind the Atlanta Hawks at 27-32 right now. So yeah, they're in. They're
insane. That's insane.
The Celtics are, I think, 3 more games away from clinching.
And I would have to say that the Thunder are probably fairly close behind as well. The West is a little bit closer, but
the West is closer because of that 23 game swing that I said. The Trailblazers are still at number 12, are still within that swing. That's how close the West is.
Yeah, the West is close.
West is good. The West is good, man.
Well, I don't know if it's good or if everybody's just collectively okay enough that it's all close. I
suppose.
Yeah, so crazy. We already have our first postseason team for basketball.
Yeah.
And it's not even, it's not even March yet.
Yeah. Yep. Here we are.
All right. That's it for the regular news, folks. So,
wraps it up.
Time for our extracurriculars, if you will. Paul George ain't got nothing on us. It's time. Everybody's new favorite segment. This or that. Okay. Name still pending.
Yep.
Might just stay as this or that, to be honest. Because I'm lazy. For today's question, I have 5 matchups for you, and you're going to give me which of these 2 teams is most likely to reach the conference championship first.
Okay.
I told you it's going to be a little bit of a thinker this week.
Okay.
So we're going to start off probably pretty nice and easy here, I would say, to start with. Miami Heat versus the Miami Dolphins.
I'll take the Heat.
I'm not going to write this one down because this could be literal years.
This could take forever. Yeah. That's fine. I'll take the Heat on that.
It's fair. All right. Denver Nuggets versus the Denver Broncos.
This is a tough one because this could literally happen this year for both of
either
them.
of these
For
teams,
both of
yeah.
them. I'm going to take the Broncos because
Oh, all right.
I think with how the Western Conference is surging with some of these teams, I don't know if the Nuggets are going to be able to outlast some of these other teams, like the
That's fair.
Lakers, the Warriors, the Rockets, the Thunder, the Grizzlies.
That's fair.
I think it's too tight of a locker room for them to get out of there. Broncos, I think they can get there.
All right. Chicago Bulls versus Bears.
Bears.
Yeah, I think this one's a little bit of an easier one. Phoenix Suns Cardinals, not Phoenix and Phoenix adjacent, I guess I should say.
Suns.
I would love it if it was the Suns instead of the Cardinals.
I don't think the Cardinals even sniff the playoffs. The Suns
don't sleep on Codler Murray over there. All right, and rounding us out, New York Nets Giants.
See, the Nets. I think I gotta go with the Nets. The Giants are the Giants. Like, they haven't been good since freaking 2009.
In a tough NFC, honestly.
A very tough NFC.
All right. That was this or that for this week. A thinker, a little bit of a thinker.
Yeah, that last one. Bad taste in my mouth on that last one.
Yeah, it's a tough one to call, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, let's get that bad taste out of your mouth by spitting a little fire with our on a heater hot takes of the week.
My on a heater hot take, Kiwi, is that I guess, you said this wasn't a hot take. I still think this is kind of a hot take. Major League Baseball will outperform the NBA this season, viewership-wise, with the electronic strike zone, with the replays and the challenges and the pitch clock. Oh, they're going to make a killing. Ooh, it's going to be good. Oh my God, it's going to be great. With the Detroit thing too, with that sports package that you were talking about as a possibility too. Oh my God, this season is going to be electric. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be a really good baseball season for some reason. I just kind of feel it.
I'm excited for this baseball season. That's saying
it's weird. It's weird,
I haven't
right?
said that in a while.
It's weird.
I haven't said that in a while.
Yeah, I'm excited, though. I'm really looking forward to it.
All right, NBA, it's time to keep up. The other three are surpassing you. Well, the NFL was always past you, but the other two are surpassing you.
Put up or shut up time, NBA.
No kidding. All right, folks, I got a spicy one for you this week. I think that Dylan Larkin is a top 10 player in the NHL.
Really?
Okay. I said it.
Wow.
We saw him at Four Nations. He went from, for all practical purposes, a 13th forward to fourth line to first line minutes, scoring pivotal goals and just being all around a fantastic center. Dylan Larkin, and he's carrying his 17-4-2 team into a solid, comfortable playoff spot. All it took was a little bit of a team around him for finally to flesh out to see who he really was. He's been fighting for that Detroit team for how long? And now they finally got some pieces. They're finally doing some work. And he's leading them. He's leading them head first.
Okay. Well, I
will say the hot take part of this is the top 10.
That's where I'm like, whoa.
It's a little spicy.
It's a stacked top 10.
I would say for sure top 20 though, for
Oh,
sure.
absolutely.
For sure.
I think even outside of that argument, I'd put him top 20. I think outside of that argument, yeah, for sure.
But I got him top 10. I think he is at least this season.
Fair enough. I like it. That's spicy. Spitting fire.
Spitting fire.
But speaking of spitting fire, it's time for our DraftKings sports bets of the week. Womp, womp, womp. Not sponsored. Not sponsored in the slightest. Sponsor us, DraftKings. My bet of the week, Kiwi. I have two of them. My first one is that the Cubs, the Diamondbacks, the Rangers, and Mariners will all be making the Major League Baseball playoffs plus 960.
That's kind of crazy, if I'm being completely honest.
I was putting this together and I was like,
who does this really rely on? The Diamondbacks? Is that the weakest team here?
It's either the Diamondbacks or the Mariners, I feel like. I feel like
the Cubs are looking good this year again.
I think the Cubs are going to be really good. Seattle,
the Rangers are always just perennially there.
The Rangers and the Mariners did not make it last year.
Okay, other than last year,
neither did the Diamondbacks. But yes, I agree with you. So like three.
I don't think the Cubs did either, did they?
The Cubs did. Didn't they? No, they didn't. None of these teams.
Okay.
None of these teams made it last year.
All right. So this is a turnaround for all four here.
So, but I feel it. I feel like the Rangers and the Cubs are for sure, and then I feel like the Diamondbacks and the Mariners are like I think they got this.
All right, I like it.
And then, Mr. Kiwi, Mr. Pop-Tart, my follow-up is that Ovechkin, Oven Chicken himself, is going to break 895 goals against the Buffalo Sabres plus 1,100.
Well, you see, Sir Dashing, that's funny because I have Ovechkin to break 895 goals on game 82 against Sidney Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins for plus 900.
Script. It's in the script.
It's in the script.
He's got the script
for the NHL, but it's in there. And to round us out, I also have the Kings to beat the Stars tomorrow, Friday, plus 120.
I almost took that bet, actually.
I think the Kings are pretty solid. The Stars are solid too, but they don't have Heiskanen, so
true.
And Drew Doughty's back, and he looks great.
Also true.
So, but I think that's about all from us today. Hope everyone enjoyed. Enjoy your sports weekend that's coming up too. A lot of sports going on.
Yes, and as usual, check us out: YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Prime, wherever you may watch, listen, like, comment, subscribe where applicable.
Enjoy your weekend. Watch the Stadium series.
Indeed, but we're done rambling, so be free.